first question says find the area of the sector. So they've given us the radius, they've given us the angle. So area will be found using the formula theta over 360 times pi r square. That's going to be 29 over 360 times pi times 4 square. And that's going to give us 4.05 centimeters square. Next question says work out the area of the triangle. So since this is a non-right angle triangle, the formula we'll use is 1 over 2 times AB times sine of angle C. This formula is applicable when you have two lengths and the angle between them. Since we have two lengths, AB and BC, and the angle between them, so we can do 1 over 2 times 19 times 15 times sine of 140. And that's going to give us 91.6 centimeters square. The car travels at 50 miles per hour to the nearest 10 miles per hour. It travels 220 miles to the nearest 10 miles. What is the shortest possible time taken for this journey? So the shortest possible means that we have to find the lower bound of the time taken. So time basically has the formula of distance over speed. So in division, if you remember, if you're trying to find the lower bound, we divide the lower bound by the upper bound. So we need the lower bound of distance and we need the upper bound of speed. So the car travels at 50 miles per hour to the nearest 10 miles per hour. So we divide the degree of accuracy by 2, and that gives us 5, which means the upper bound for speed is going to be 50 plus 5, and that's 55. Now for the distance, divide the degree of accuracy by 2, which is going to be 5 again. So we need to find the lower bound of distance. So that's going to be 220 minus 5, which is 215. So our lower bound of time will be lower bound of distance, which is 215, divided by the upper bound of speed, which is 55. And that's going to give us 3.91 hours. That is your answer. Next question says, Helen is taking part in a quiz on TV. The probability that she answers a question correctly is 4 over 5. Helen is asked the question 3 times. Calculate the probability that she answers all 3 questions correctly. So if I draw a quick tree diagram, she is answering the question correctly at the probability of 4 over 5. And they want us to find the probability that she answers all 3 questions correctly. So that means we're going to go along this branch because we're saying she's answering all 3 questions correctly. That means the probability is going to be 405 times 405 times 405 again. There's going to be 64 over 125. Then it says an oil tank loses 32% of its content every hour. Theo says the tank will have lost 95% of its original contents by the end of the 6th hour. Is he correct? So what we can do is we can say that the original amount of oil in the tank is 100 because we're starting from 100% the full tank, and as we're going, 32% is being lost each hour. So starting amount is going to be 100 times, since we're losing 32%, that means what left is 60%. So that's going to be 0.68 to the power of 6. So if 32% is lost, what's left behind is 0.68. So 0.68 to the power of 6 times the initial amount, which is 100. That is going to give us 9.9. In the question, Theo says the tank will have lost 95% of the original content. So that's incorrect, no. Because what we are left with is 9.9. So he would have lost actually 90.1% of the contents. That's what he would have lost. Not 95%. because 9.9% is still remaining.